Okay, it's been a couple of days now. I've got parts on the way for the cockpit driver here. I've done a few small bits over the last few days. I just didn't sit down and spend any great time with it enough to turn the camera on, so I just kind of tipped away at it. I've drilled out the exhaust holes here just to make them look a little bit better because they look a bit crap when they're just flat. I just added some details. I've got 2 helmets here for my two guys. Little scroll there in here. It's one of these metal things. There's an actual name for them, I can't remember. Dark Angels iconography here in the door. Little holster, the gun here, little sidearm for one of the guys in case someone breaches in the back door. Speaking of the back door, Dark Angels iconography on the back as well from the spare spirit I had. And I also built the hatch and the pintle mounted storm bolter. Like I was saying, I'm leaving them removable because I want to run this also as a Primaris Rhino. So I'm waiting. I have a plasma gun ordered on eBay, and I have these parts ready to go. But basically, the idea will be pop that off. That's done with. Pop this off, and you just flip it over, and then you stick this dude on top, and that'll be how we run a Primaris Rhino. So what I'm going to do right now is do some of the green stuff work that I was talking about in the last video. Just to repair this, to repair here, and I want to fill all the gaps around this. I think that's all the green stuff work that I need to do. Alright, first bit of green stuff is done. Yeah, it's not too bad. My method seems to be kind of just to overfill the gaps a little bit and then kind of just sand it back later on, so that's the method I'm going with here. The top plate done. I'm not sure, I'm not really too confident in how the work went, but see when it comes to painting. I'm going to let it harden and do a bit of sanding on it, raise in a few spots. I might add more green stuff to it then, we'll see what happens. I think I'm finished with the door. I've started and finished and tried to perfect it way too many times and I kept messing up, so I think I'm gonna just say I'm done, but it doesn't look too bad. Still a little bit of a crack that's visible in it. I think that's it for the green stuff. Once this is cured here, I'm gonna clip this back and file this back. This is probably close to done. I'll run a file over it and then I'll file this one as well. And that should be all the green stuff done.
Eventually.
Got an email from Parcel Motel. The parts for the Rhino cockpit driver have arrived with them, so they should be able to drop them off to me soon, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be working on making the driver fit in the Rhino. I don't exactly know how I'm going to do it yet or what the plans are going to be, but hopefully by tomorrow there will be something in this giant hole. I finished up with the green stuff work. I sanded it all down here and then in here as well. It turned out pretty good, I think. Happy enough with it. It's maybe a little bumpy or rough looking, but I won't really know till I paint it. And then the gaps around here are kind of as good as I can get them anyway. I mean, I literally, this is the only file I have. This is it. It's not great, but you know, you work with what you have.
Tomorrow for sure.
The pieces finally arrived for my cockpit driver. Now, this is what I got. It's a full land speeder. I got this really cheap on eBay. It's blue because it's part of this Revel, I think it's called, kit. Revel usually make like model airplanes and tanks and stuff, but for some reason they're doing like some Space Marine and Orc stuff, and it's really cheap. The only difference between this and the land speeders you get in Games Workshop is the ones in Games Workshop have more weapon options. It's not an easy build kit either or anything, it's just it is how it is. I'm going to use this piece here. That's like a dashboard. This piece here, I haven't decided which side yet. I'll see which side fits better, but like either like just this side like this or this side like this. I'm going to use one of these as a backing and a seat, obviously. And then I've got our driver arms, a torso, shoulder pads, all that. But what I do have in here is more specific. It's like a Tech Marine front torso, and I don't even know where this came from. This is in my bits box. An old badly painted Tech Marine shoulder pad. I'm going with the old sure it'll be grand attitude again, the same way I did when I done these track covers. I'm basically just hacking away at this piece that I literally only have one of, and if I fuck it up, I'm screwed. But you know, sure it'll be grand. So I kind of just eyeballed it. I was like, yeah, I think this legs and this one will work. I kind of hope so. And see, like, I'm not even cutting things properly. I'm just like twisting it and breaking it. Like, look at this. This is not good modeling skills. This is just carnage now at this stage. But sure, look, it's grand. I think that's pretty good. Like, I have my driver and his console and his seat all made up. And then in the cockpit here, I have the original interior door here. He sits in there all nicely, but he seems to be, he's kind of blocking that door, so what I need to really do is move him kind of in a little bit to about here. So I could cut this out and kind of like move the console in to this hole if I cut it. I don't really know if I want to do that. This is the preferred method. Is just kind of force your knife through the plastic until it snaps. Quick side note, this would have been a lot easier to do did I not have a floor glued in the way. Obviously I have a little bit more cutting to do because I cut it safe, so I need to kind of shave it down, and then I should be able to slot this guy into the gap a little bit. And then what I'm thinking is I used the door here, get this piece left over. I think I'm just gonna kind of like turn this to here, glue it onto the inside of this door here, something like this, just to kind of give the cockpit a little bit more flavor or something, I guess. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is, because I'm realizing that with the front plate on, the driver in here, he kind of gets very lost. It's a lot of kind of work lost on my part. So what I'm thinking I might do is I might glue the front plate to the top plate so that this comes off like this, and then you can see the whole thing. Okay, so the hole's cut. There's plastic stuck in it everywhere. The driver is sitting in here quite nicely. I've still got a little bit of work to do in here in this cockpit anyway, because I want to get him in there anyway, and then somehow I just fill up the gaps a little bit, just make it look a bit neater. And then I need to put in something here like a floor, something like the texture of this or something like this, and that'll be the next thing. This project just kind of keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger as it goes. Every little step seems to involve 10 little more steps, which is frustrating but kind of fun at the same time because I'm enjoying building this.